Hey, we got 1 minute.
Irate, black and comely, yes I am, black woman. I'm your first protector, I'm the rock of your first step. Oh, I've not abandoned you, I give you strength to continue, so give me respect. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Aha. Why?
All right, all right, all right. Okay. Okay, good evening to everyone tuned in to VTGM Radio, to Facebook, to YouTube Live. We are on tonight with Singing Sandy. And she's one of the most popular Calypsonians during her time, and is still greeted with massive applause whenever and wherever she performs. She's a trailblazer for female Calypsonians and performers in Dominica. We will have, I'm sure, a very interesting and enlightening conversation as we get some insight into the artistic journey of Singing Sandy. Singing Sandy, good night to you, good night. Welcome to VTGM Radio, and it's a pleasure to have you on with us tonight. Kojak, would you please?
Yes, good evening, Sister Sandy, Singing Sandy. First of all, let me thank you. I appreciate you, for taking time from your busy schedule to join us tonight, so welcome, sis.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Of course. And good night to all the listeners across the globe who are tuned in. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. We do appreciate your support. And we are going to have a little conversation with Singing Sandy. Many of you know her. Like I said, a trailblazer in Calypso in Dominica. One of the earliest female Calypsonians who made an impact, in Calypso. So it's again, I say, a pleasure to have you on. So first thing I'm going to ask you, Singing Sandy, tell us your real name.
Okay. First of all, people call me Singing Sandy, but it's Sandy.
Oh.
I don't know why they put singing towards it, but Sandy. My name is Junior Sandy. Before I was married, I was Son, and now I'm Lorde. And I hail from Roseau, River Street, then Kennedy Avenue, then Silver Lake.
Silver Lake. So tell us, how are you doing, and where do you reside, and what are you up to these days?
Well, I'm in Georgia, and to tell the truth, I'm on the down low with everything else. I'm just kind of focused on myself and my family right now. And here and there I try to I love calypso, so I really can't get away from calypso. Um, I have given myself to Christ, and I think that's so much rewarding for me right now to be a Christian. And I sing at church, so that's what I do right now. I perform at church, and I love it.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you answered my following question. Where you from? You told us. So tell us
Mhm.
about your upbringing.
Well, I'm as I said, I was from River, where I think KFC is right now. I was born and raised there. My mother had six of us, and
Hmm.
she was a single mother. Um, my sisters, Rosamond, Marcella Gage Norris, and Rosamond Gage Dyer. Um, they were my role models, and they still my role models because it's my sisters. They're the one that brought me up because my mother was a single mother, and then we moved to Kennedy Avenue, and then my mother used to be in Guadeloupe a lot. So when we came back, 1979, the hurricane destroyed our house in Roseau, and she was waiting for a house in Bathurst, but again, she couldn't get a house in Bathurst. Um, I must say, it's like the political thing still. The back then, she couldn't get a house there in Bathurst. So she got a house in Tivoli, and where we had no choice, but that's where we had to stay, you know. So I was brought up there and kind of isolated because my mother kind of kept us, you know, on a one side. It's not like we were better than anybody, but she just figured that circumstances that had us living there, you know. So I was brought up there and went to St. Martin's School and uh what can I say? I went to St. Martin's School. Then my mother sent me to Guadeloupe doing common entrance, so I didn't get to do common entrance in Dominica. So I went to school in Guadeloupe for 3 years. Then I came back to Dominica. I did classes at grammar school. Grammar school used to have classes. You could take classes in the afternoons, to get your, you know. So I took classes there. And I went to Canada in 1990, came back. I went up for Miss World Duet in 1993. And I don't know, I always love the stage. I don't know why. I always love the stage. I love pageantry. I love modeling. I used to model. I used to sing at Fort Young every Friday nights for happy hour. So that was something that get me into saying that, I wanted to do more than Fort Young. So in 1993, I won Miss World Duet. And from there, I still kept on singing in different groups. I was singing up in Granby with some reggae people, reggae guys in Granby. And then,
What were your names? You remember? Was it Radication Squad or
yeah, in Granby.
Ramsey? Okay.
Yeah, every time they have who you call it, Isidore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I used to. There was a guy called in it wasn't it was what a youth connection is smaller RSB.
Mm.
There was Dave and Beanie and some other guys that was there. We used to go to Old Mill and always, do music and things like that. And in 1990, I think it was 95, I backed up in Calypso. That's how I ended up in Calypso.
Okay.
I was doing backup in
Okay.
Calypso.
Okay. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. So
Yeah,
you
that's
say
yeah,
you said your mom had 6 kids, right?
yeah. Mhm.
What number are you?
I'm the last girl, number 4.
Oh, 4. Okay.
But my two older brothers, which is Kendall, they call him Phone,
Hmm.
and my last brother passed away 2 years ago.
Okay. Good. So we coming along to your singing journey. So you
Mhm.
sang. You said you sang in church. Did you?
Right now, yeah.
Right now?
No,
Oh,
yeah,
not. Oh, no. Not back then.
no.
Okay.
Back then, I used to sing at Fort Young, um, uh, Freddie Nicholas, Oliver Sukuzuli could get the wrong.
Hmm.
And as I said, it was more like that. Yeah.
Okay. But how and when did you find out that you could sing?
I don't know if I can say that I can sing. I maybe can just hold a chord. I love singing. I love singing. And jazz and calypso. I love all kind of music. But jazz and calypso, um, I don't know, just something about it that I love. Calypso it has an expression that you alone can deliver on the stage yourself. You can be whoever you want. It's like being an actress or an actor. You can be whatever you want in calypso, and I think that's why I love calypso. And jazz it's the same kind of. I get the same feeling. So I wouldn't call myself singer because I have heard people say whatever. But for calypso, I felt that I was a calypsonian because I was told by the great, which is singing Sandra, that I could have, done so well in Trinidad as a female calypso. So
You can sing.
I'll call
If
myself
you're
a
a woman,
calypso.
you can sing.
Well, it's
Thank you.
it's nice to be humble, but everybody in Dominica and maybe other places, but we in Dominica who saw you perform and sing, we know you're a very good singer, very good singer.
I love calypso.
Yeah,
I love calypso.
yeah. So, anybody in your family sings? Your parents, your siblings?
Um, my mother, she can sing. My sister can sing. That's what I'm saying. I think I was the only one that likes stage. And my uncle was a calypso monarch, which is Ketera.
Okay, so Rose, your uncle.
Yes, the one that
Okay.
sang Bayoboa.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I raising in Kennedy Avenue, you had all the calypso and used to come and practice and so I love calypso, and I think he didn't want me to sing calypso. He hated me singing calypso. Oh my God, this man never support me singing calypso. But I love calypso. But he's the only person I can sing, Yeah.
Okay. So you start. Okay. So you say you sang with a group in Grand Bay. You
Yeah,
also sang
reggae.
at Fort Young, Happy
I
Hour,
used to sing
and
yeah.
then you were back up for Calypso. What you remember? What
Yeah.
year? What year? And how did that start?
Well, it started like that. When I did my talent for me to upgrade, it was a calypso I sang. I sang a calypso from Mighty Pele from St. Lucia. He's the one that wrote the calypso. We co and and then I used to go to calypso shows. And I used to watch the calypsonians singing, and I used to be like, okay, I'll try to back up. And then Spider asked me, and then Man himself asked me if I would like to back up. And I say, cool. And then I start backing up for the Calypso Association with Swinging Stars. And then while I was backing up at the back, I'm looking at the people and I'm like, but I can do that. That's what I said. I said, I can do that. I said, I get too good Calypso. I can do that. But the pressure was, I never liked to compete with women. So it was very frustrating because the women was always held back, It was always dominated by men. So I was like, what am I gonna do? But I can do it.
Okay. So when you were backing up in Calypso, right? When you were back up, at that time they had the male competition and the women competition.
They had, well, what's the name? Yakima. There
Yakima,
was
yes.
Yakima. There was Lady Edna. There was maybe one or two other Calypso women that was there. But it was just a shadow. They was just there performing, trying, and never making.
Oh,
But
okay, got you.
but with the women, Yakima and them used to sing with women, They used to sing with women. And they used to compete with women. And then they came in and competed with the men. But as I said, the women wasn't getting anywhere.
Hmm.
It was just it was just sing and it was sing, put something sexy on. Maybe that will impress people, impress the judges or whatever. It was always like they had to do more than the men. Yeah.
Okay, so you never competed in the female calypso competition.
I never wanted to. I never
Okay.
liked it
Okay, I got you. So you like a challenge, I see.
very much. So.
Right. Okay. So when did you finally compete in the
Decided.
national calypso competition?
In 1997, um, I wrote a song. I will take back. Funny as it is, I just jotted down because from what I saw and wanted to experience, so I was like, that would be a nice calypso take back, but I don't know how to put it in structure. So I went to Ian Jackson and I asked him if he can help me to structure this song because calypso you have to have a beginning, middle, and an end.
Right.
So I was like, I really want that song to be something that, when I come out, people gonna remember me. So he went and he gathered everything together. He brought it back to me. We look at it and everything. But even when he gave me the song, he said it's a simple song, which it was a simple song. It was like to him, it wasn't lyrics that was, lyrical. It wasn't lyrically to say what it's long lyrics. It was just get to the point. But at the same time, you get the sense of
Message.
it. You can relate to it. So, and the song was called "Take Back," but with men that usually give women stuff. And when they give you the song and they get into a problem with you, they
Okay.
come back and they take
Okay, I think we have that song. Let's hear a little bit of it, okay?
you do.
Yes. I think we do have that song.
That's all recorded.
Yeah, we have a song.
Oh my God.
A little bit of Take Back.
I tell you, it seems that take back is the latest craze. You can have anything you want on it once I'm in love with you. But as soon as they get into the problem to pay for the what the shoes and the dress he give you, woman you have to pay. Tear up all your clothes, leave your body exposed, mash up the happiness, leaving you with vex. So take back, reach, take back, go change, take back, trying to get you back. Woman, I'm warning you. When they buy, let them sign the contract too. Else go to buy all you need. Don't depend on little John and Steve. Take back, just take back. Oh, yo, take back, just take back.
That's a nice song. That's a nice song. So you wrote that song.
Yeah, I passionately wrote it because the thing is that it was my idea. I jot down everything because, as I told you, it was past experience and what I see growing up around me and in
Oh,
my
yes.
neighborhood. You know what I mean?
So you had such an
So-
experience.
Yeah,
Some guy you left took something back from you.
yeah.
Let me give a quick interruption there. Donzai, check this
Yeah.
volume on the bot going out because our guests and them having a problem hearing us.
The volume on the butt.
On the for the radio. But they say you and Sandy is very low. I don't know. And
Okay, let me
3 or
let me
4
turn-
people
I'll turn it up some more.
already.
Okay.
All right. Sorry about
I hope that's better. Give us a feedback. Let us know if you can hear us clear. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Sandy.
Yeah,
So yeah, but that's a nice song. That's a nice song, and you know,
yeah,
that's a
and it's a true song. It's a true song. I mean,
yeah.
you raise up in the ghetto and you see things. I mean, you see. I mean, there's a verse that I have. This guy literally came up to me, this man, and he was like, "I know it's me you make that song on," and I'm like, "No, I didn't." But when I said about the Gila oil, it was my neighbor. I really see him take the Gila oil that he just bought from her, and he
Wow.
said, "Give it to him." So I
A deal of oil. Wow.
saw Gila oil. I'm serious. He took back the Gila oil from the woman.
Oh my God. All
Yeah.
right. So that was 1997.
That was 90. Well, I would have to say into 1998 because 1997, you have the elimination, right?
Mhm.
So I would say because I went straight for my first time. I went straight through.
Mhm.
I went through elimination, quarters, semis, straight finals.
Really?
Yeah,
Your first
I
year?
was the first to do it. I was the first, my first time.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
and and so many. As I'm saying, so many women was before me.
Hmm.
It was so hard for them. And
So yeah, let's try to remember the women who before you. You said Yakima, Edna.
there was Edna, um, Yakima, Edna.
Kojak, who
There's
else?
Black Panther.
Black Panther.
Yeah. I
Jali.
think it
Jali
was
was way back.
No, Jali was way back. And
Yeah.
that time Jali was women.
Right. We met. Yeah. Okay.
We call it, yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Who
only a
else?
handful of women was in Calypso at the start. Though.
Yeah, at the beginning.
At the beginning,
Uh huh. Only a handful.
at the beginning, I mean, as I said, back then it was the women was competing with women, right? And
Right.
you had the schools like you had Brown Sugars singing
Singing.
something.
What's the name?
Danny.
Bouncing Bonnie. Bouncing
Brown-
Bonnie.
I don't even know that person, but
The part.
but,
The part from Castle
But
Bros.
they are-
Bouncing Bonnie.
okay, I don't even know that person. But they had Silver Sand. These people were curly, whatever, something curly, I don't know. But these people were competing with women, They was not competing with men.
Right.
And this is where I really tell people they have to do their history on that. Because it was because of me they have to change Calypso King into Monarch.
Right.
Because I was always penetrating them. So I remember I was there and they would say, "Who's gonna be the king?" And people would be like, "But why they saying king and not this is a woman in it?"
Right.
you know?
Right.
And they had to say, okay, all of a sudden, what's his name? Ozzy Lewis. He was one of the people that was like, "Yeah, this is Monarch. He cannot be king."
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's where it came from. I can humbly say that because of me being right where I was at the right time and do what I had to do, that's why I opened doors for a lot of women. Back then, the Calypso women was just women. They wasn't competing with the men. There's no comparison. I keep telling people, with the men, you get the challenge, you get the drive, you get the thrill, you get all the excitement competing with the men. You get that, and that's why I never like taking. I don't like competing with women. So,
Okay. So tell me when you went to the finals with Take Back. You remember your other song you sang?
yeah, my other song was "I'm Your Family," which was written by Man himself.
On himself. Okay. All right. So
And funny is that
go
when I
ahead.
went and I made finals, right? Funny is that I never thought of next year because, as I said, it was like, whoa! I went in and like, whoa! I make. So it's not like I had a plan and I had songs lined up for the next. So that's where Alex Bruno came in, and mentored me and helped me because I was really lost. I came from backing up Calypso every man is on his own and every man is for themselves. And as a woman, it was difficult because it's like nobody was looking like I'm gonna go there and do something, you know. So I only had my first song, and I was scrambling for another song, which, and if I have to tell you, before that, I was petitioned by what's his name, by Ian Jackson. He sent lawyer people to us because he felt that, yeah, I mean the day of the Saturday of the Calypso finals, that was crazy. I got a lawyer putting an injunction on the song, and I was like, for
Which one?
what?
Take back?
And yes, and I was like, for what? Because what happened is he had never thought that it was going to make it that, you know. So when it blew up, he didn't give me a chance to say, well, okay, whatever comes out from it, you know, you're gonna get something. He just wanted to just put a stop on me, right?
Wow.
And we had to get a lawyer, and then the lawyer, you know, had to do whatever, and I end up singing the song. Yeah.
Coach Jackie,
So
listening?
I went into final with a lot of what?
Yes, my brother, attentively too.
What is
Wow. I asked if he's listening. He said yes, attentively too.
Okay.
Yeah. So, where did you place? Or did you place in the top 4?
No, for the first time, no. I came out number
Number what?
6.
6. Okay.
Yeah. That's
All
just
right.
the position. I mean, it's just the top 4.
Right. Right. So, do you remember who were the, you know, the big guns at that time?
Hurricane, Hunter, Bricks, Hunter, and Caressa, Bricks, and myself came in the same year.
Caressa?
We started, yes, Caressa.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, Caressa, Bricks, and imagine we're talking about that in this season, Caressa and myself. We came in 3 of us together, 3 new together. We came in together.
Young.
Yeah, we came in together. 3 of us was fresh. Yeah.
So, who won the Monarch that year, if you recall?
Is it Hunter? No, when I think, no, it wasn't Hunter. I think, was it Bricks?
No, it wasn't Briggs didn't win his first year.
No,
So you couldn't-
so it must be either Hurricane
Oh, not Wizard?
No, I wasn't. No, but Wizard was longer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So probably Hurricane was
Yeah,
fronted
but I
than one of
remember-
them.
Yeah. I don't think it was Hurricane because Hurricane came back in 2000 saying that they asked him to come back. Like, you know, where is Hurricane? Blow Hurricane.
Hurricane Blow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So I think it was probably Scrunter. Yeah, I think probably
Okay. We can find out. Okay. So good. So well, you had a very impressive start. Stressful though, but
yeah.
you made
But
a serious impact. I mean, your very first year of female going straight to the finals. That is a great achievement. So I guess that gave you motivation to continue, right?
Well, yeah, it did, but at the same time, as I was saying again, you know, the support wasn't there. Let me tell you, the support wasn't. And I think it was the same thing. Everybody think it's a fluke, you know. A woman come and that's the first time. Wow, she ain't going nowhere, you know. And it had to take Alex and my family to really, because I loved Calypso. Calypso is not about popularity, about notice, about getting nothing like that. I just love Calypso. And it doesn't matter where I place in Calypso, as long as the people that works in my camp is satisfied with what I do, and my fans satisfied with what I present. That is it. I'm not there to try to get popularity or fame. Calypso wasn't about that. It's an art form, as I told you, that could have me to express myself. Because even growing up, I had a lot of challenges, seeing that my dad was never in my life. He was the next block over, but he wasn't in my life. So it was hard. My mother had to raise 6 of us. It was very hard. So I had to always fight. I always had to fight. Things never came easy to me. So me going into Calypso was a challenge that I wanted to take on because, as I say, I love challenges. I think it helps me to prove to myself whatever people try to think or say about you, you know who you are and you have to go there and do it. So when I went and I did it, my next thought was, I can't wait 2 months before, 3 months before Calypso to start back again. So I went looking now to find out who could write for me. So I hunt down Mr. Jura all over. This man didn't know me from nowhere. He just knew me singing the first time and was impressed. But he was like, I'm not writing for women. And I was like, please take a chance. I can never forget that day. It was in Hillsborough Street by the National Bank. And I stopped him. I said, please take a chance on me. Just help me out there because something good is coming out of it. I can see women. I can see a place for us there. And he said, okay, give me 2 weeks. I will get in contact with you. And he did. He did. And he wrote me Positive Attitude and Take Back. Positive Attitude and Colors.
Colors. So that's 1998.
1999.
1999.
Yeah. Because what I said when I started in 97, as I told you, Illuminations was during like Christmas time. So that's when I started. But
Oh,
the
okay,
season itself,
got
yeah,
you.
that's
Understood.
when I started Illuminations.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. So okay, so 1999, you got 2 songs from Mr. Tim Duran.
Yeah.
Okay, how did you fare out then?
How did I feel about
How
that?
did you fare out? How did you do?
Oh, I made it straight to finals with.
Again, first 2 years finals.
Yeah.
So, where did you place?
I think I was number 5. I was number.
Okay,
It was that year. I think Rex won it that. Yeah, Rex won it that year.
1998, 1999.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So let's go to 2000.
2000. Okay, 2000. I came with Take Control and what was the other song? Is it Colors and Take Control? Because Take Control is something. I can't remember what it is. But I played 4. I was in the top 4.
So yep. So you move it up the ladder. You move it up the ladder, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me ask you. Let me ask you this. Your very first foray. You wrote your song. Ian Jackson helped you out to yeah.
Let's co-write. Let's co-write.
Right. And yeah, co-wrote. Okay. And then 99, Tim Duran wrote for you. And in 2000, who wrote for you?
Mr. Duran.
Again.
Duran.
All right. So when Mr. Duran wrote for you, did you have any input in the song? Did you give him any ideas, topic?
No. All I tell him is that I always want songs that people can relate to. So when you write a song, make it something that I can relate to and people can relate to. I don't just want any song. I want something that I can relate to and people can relate to.
Okay, so 2000. Then 2001.
No, in 2001. No, I left Dominica in 2000. I left Dominica in 2000.
Where did you go to?
New York.
Okay.
I got married and I moved to New York.
All right. So, but that wasn't the end of your Calypso career, though. Okay. Well, tell us.
My name is Spring is back home.
Yeah. So tell us. Tell us. Okay.
Okay. In 2007, um, Pat Aaron and myself, we were talking because, as I said, I always stay in touch with Calypso. I always, um, always interacting with people on the radio. So I kind of never left Calypso. So, he told me that if I think of, I would like to go back and perform, and I was like, yeah, but the calypso that I used to sing, not really the calypso, but the people that I used to compete with. It's like we have a fresh wave coming, and that's when Dice was in the picture. So I said to him, I always look at Dice because Hurricane was one of my calypso mentor. When I used to look at calypsonians perform in Dominica, Hurricane was one of the people that I, idolized his style, the way he sings and everything. So when he spoke to me and told me about if I think I would like to go back, I was like, yes, I would love to go back. But I'm looking at Dice and I say, you know, I have to study Dice because I always look at my competition. Who's gonna be my competition? That's what I do. So I said, Dice is flawless. He's just so for me to come there to challenge Dice, I have to know what I'm coming. But the same person I writing my songs, the same person I writing for Dice. So so he said to me, yeah, I have a song for you. So he wrote a song called um I was it I come what's it something about coming back to Dominique. Something about coming back to Dominique and Black Woman. So, you know, getting ready and everything for this song, I had to go back to Dominica to start back from scratch, which is eliminations. Here it was. I went straight through and I was like, okay. I spoke to Dice because we were in the same camp. And the first thing he said to me was, no, not congratulations, not do well, not yeah, nice to know you and heard about you, nothing like that. It was like the time you were singing Calypso and the time I was singing, no, it's like I cannot touch, like it's nothing, That I'm telling you, that's honestly, I mean, I told you guys, but that is what he said. And I was like, wow. I was like, wow. But then in the camp itself, I was told to focus on Tyrina because then it was Tyrina. You remember Tyrina?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
Tarina, yeah.
Arena. Yeah, she
Right,
was pretty good.
right, right. So back then, when I left, people like Tyrina came on. So it was like I was supposed to go and challenge Tyrina. And I was like, this is not a woman calypso. This is a monarch where the person who has the crown is Dice. So I was like, I have to go after Dice. But I was always told, don't go after Dice. I have to go after Tyrant. So I was like, that cannot work. That cannot work. So my manager, which is Alex Bruno, Calypso controversy, as you know, Calypso was a bit without controversy, there's no Calypso. He was like, man, you have to perform at Stardom so you can gain back your momentum. But I was told I cannot perform at Stardom because I have Pat song. So that coming back was stressful, but I was determined, especially when Dice told me, like, I'm not gonna go nowhere because when I was seeing Calypso was back then. So I was like, okay. And I went and I bought his bottom. He placed last and I placed first. That's it. So
Is that the same year they
make
gave
a long
him your
story.
crown?
Ah,
Is that the same year they gave him your crown?
no, they gave Hunter my crown.
Oh, it was Hunter?
They gave Hunter the crown. Yes,
Okay.
they gave Hunter the crown. That same day. So nothing good came out of it with my camp because I think he felt that, as he told my husband that straight up like that. I have a football team. I only have one star player. So it's like when he gives you a song, he gives you a song not to beat his star player.
Right.
He gives you a song to beat. You have to play. Okay, if you want it like that, Dice Monarch, I first, Bob second, like that,
Right. Right.
like that. And I felt to myself, it's not about that. It's go there who's the best man win,
Right.
you know?
There's
And
there's no monopoly on calypso.
no,
It's a competition. Yeah.
yeah. And it's the best man win. And as I always say, it's not the song that makes you. You have to make the song.
Mm-hmm.
Because when he gave me Black Woman, as I said, he know the kind of vibes that I have. So that's why he wrote Black Woman too. He know my kind of vibe. You know what I mean? My kind of vibe is, I'm very conscious about women and Black women. I'm very conscious about that. I like to see us do something into whatever. I like to see us grow. I like to see us improve. So he know the kind of vibes that I have. So that's why he made Black Woman. But in making Black Woman, it was for me to come on second and die first. But my camp, when we put everything together, it was just breathtaking for Black Woman because this presentation that he wanted me to do and the presentation that we had, our presentation was, it was something that I don't know if you saw it, that you had to look at it and be like, wow, I would never say that's what you would come with,
No, I didn't see it. I didn't see it, but I must say that is a powerful song. One of my favorite calypsos of all time in Dominica. That's a powerful song, and
this song wasn't released yet, and the Prime Minister asked for that thing.
Say again.
This song wasn't released yet, and the Prime Minister asked for the song.
Yeah, it's and like you said, that song suits you. It suits your personality, and your vibe. So yeah. Okay, so you came first runner up. Hunter won, and that's came like what he faux pas.
Well, I think the pressure was too much. Just like the pressure was too much for Tyree. Because she repeated songs 3 times. Well, one good 3 times. So I think that's what happened. Kind of a lot of pressure.
Yeah, that was a tough year too. That year was a real tough year, man.
Yeah, it was a tough year.
2007. Yeah. Okay, so let's move along. So, give us the rest of the, chronology of your calypso career. After 2007, what happened?
I went back in 2000, and in 2008, that's when Pat wrote me a song called "Who Gave Them the Right." No, it is a good calypso, but it's not a calypso for me because I felt to myself that even performing that calypso, I was very, it wasn't me because it was about the government, the situation in Dominica, and I felt to myself that I'm not living in Dominica, and I gave him an idea, and I said I would like a calypso, because we live in America. There's certain things that we can do and certain things that we cannot do. Because as an American citizen and born there, you cannot be no president.
Right.
You understand? Right. So I'm like, why don't they have stipulations in Dominica? Because that time there was a flock of nations. So I was like, why don't you make a calypso like that? Make a story like that where you have they can be in Dominica because we in America think it's green pasture. So I don't have no problem with somebody being in Dominica and they think it's green pasture for them.
Right.
But we should have limitations or things that they can do. We don't want people to just come and take over our country because we certainly can't take over America. We cannot. So I was like, give me a calypso like that. But he gave me Who Gave Them the Right. And I felt to myself, that's not, I cannot sing that. I'm not comfortable with that. If you look at my track record of calypso, I don't sing those kind of calypso. So he didn't like that, and he decided he's going to give me one song, and he gave me That's Life, and I was like, thank you. That's the kind of calypso that I like. That's life. I can relate to. But then he said he's not writing another song, and mind you, I'm in final. and I cannot get another song. And we had to go down to Wesley to get this man called Pat to write a quick calypso for me. And that was just a mess. I mean, that flight came out good because a lot of people, I think that's Dominican national anthem. They love, but the whole preparation for that was terrible. Was terrible. And I just felt to myself, whoa, I cannot continue to sing what people want me to sing for them. I think it should be a equal thing,
Right.
It should be equal.
Okay. So yeah,
So
that's life.
I didn't, yeah, that was
Yeah.
in 2008. And then 2014, after that I stayed away, but 2014, seeing that, I don't know if you know that, but because of every year that I was making it to the final, the Calypso Association had taken a decision with the president that the female that makes it to the finals will automatically be the queen, the Calypso queen. Because we didn't have a Calypso queen, but even in case something would have to be, somebody has to represent, the person that made it would have to be, So when I came on first, was all that from since I've been in the finals. I think they felt that I deserved that. I won Monarch of the 10 with patents also. So they felt I deserved to be called queen now. So I went, so they gave me a bye so that I could go straight from, instead of elimination, I'll go straight to quarters. And that's where the bomb just goes. This is where it just exploded. Again, my best friend died. He was on a rampage and he just caused everything to go haywire. And I just had to drop it. I just dropped it because there was so many bad things said about me on the internet that I felt I'm not gonna put myself through that because it's not nothing I'm gaining going to Dominican Republic. So I spend more money than make money. It's just the outcome that I love and just being part of it. No matter where I am, I'm a Dominican. So me going back to Dominican from like when they said I couldn't get the monarch because I'm not living in Dominican, it was foolish. But at the same time, I felt as a Dominican, I can make my contribution. I want to go back home and make my contribution. Let me come back home and make. You want me to come and vote? Why can't I come and compete? So it's just I just gave up, and then Brian said that was my husband. He said, it don't worth it because you stress trying to just go back and be a part of what I love, but I was ridiculed. So I just decided I just quit. I stayed in the background, and I'm in the background.
Well, you think, I know, you see that thing all started when, you remember when Weasel went back and won crown from it,
Yeah.
from living in America. That's where they put that sanction on you after.
But it's unfair though, because we are Dominicans. Doesn't matter. We are Dominicans. It doesn't matter. This is what I'm saying. You cannot tell me it's all right that I'm not living in the country for how much years and I can come and do. No, and then you telling me my own, I cannot come and participate. I cannot come and be part. And here is the diaspora. We come and we bring money. Again, I live in the diaspora. People say, oh, I know Sandy. Let's go down for carnival. Isn't that money also?
Yeah.
That's been in revenue also. Right.
There's a lot of backward mindset back home. And that's something I lament a lot because for certain reasons, people will consider you a stranger because you are not living in Dominica. For certain reasons, right? For other reasons, you're Dominican, they embrace you, right? If they want to come up and raise funds, oh, you're Dominican, the diaspora, you can contribute. But then to go and sing, to go and do something that you love, something that you actually help to promote and to build and to be a trailblazer, they ostracize you. So that's very unfortunate. And, but that's just some people's mindset, So go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I mean, as I said, it's like, it's funny because I'm still in Calypso. I'm not, physically there, but I'm mentoring, and the people, Joy Stout, I mentor her. She's the monarch. You understand? I'm mentoring her. She's the monarch. Abigail, I'm mentoring her. she's growing into it. She's now embracing to know what she's supposed to do. Because that's the thing about that's why when I said back then that I'm not a singer, that's what I'm trying to make you understand. A lot of people think right now calypso is nice voice. You see? A lot of people think right now you're supposed to come with a voice like you're in a choir to sing calypso. Now, mind you, if you listen to the Trinidad Calypsonians, you're gonna be shocked to see how those people sing a calypso like it's a story. Calypso is a story.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
nice groovy and coming and because I could sing the same way, but calypso to me, it's a thing where you have to if you bring back the slave time, what slave that was speaking like they're from England? And what slave, we together and I'm trying to sing a Whitney Houston poem. Oh, we're gonna chant, we're gonna chant, we're gonna chant. And this is calypso for me, it's telling the story and you can relate to the story. So you get people now start to say that calypso, it's about a voice. Man, you can hold a key, you can hold a chord, you can stay in tune. That's calypso to me. That's singing. You don't have to come there trying to. Yes, if you have a nice voice, okay, I'm happy for you. To each his own, but don't people try to knock people down all of a sudden because certain people come into calypso and they try to sing a song, sing your ears off like it's a why are they singing? It just turns you because I have Trinidadian friends, right, that look at calypso show with me and they're like, what is? I say calypso. They're like, what? And then when you get people, when you have certain people singing, certain women, I'm not gonna call them, singing calypso, they're like, but that's calypso. But these are the people that not consider calypsonian because why? They don't have a voice that's gonna have you. No, it's not about that. Dice sing calypso. Dice is versatile. He sings calypso. You understand? He sings calypso. He's not. You think Joyce singing smooth, but he sings calypso. I can point out a lot of people that really sing calypso, but now the calypso thing is changing where I don't have a problem with people think that you're supposed to have. I don't have a problem with that. My problem is don't knock people because you think you know what calypso is. You know what calypso singing is. And that's why I said that. I'm not a singer to calypso.
Yeah, calypso is not a ballad, right? You're not trying to sing a ballad.
Calypso is a place, right? It's a place to sing. It's not a sing. It's not a place to sing. It's a place where you sing, but it's not a place to sing. Like people come and they think like they have to stand up or they have to sing like as though it's with no. And this is what a lot of people that even meet me when I go to Dominica they tell me, boy, I want to sing calypso, boy. But man, the way calypso is now, and I'm like, no, it is not. Because people change the vibes to where you're supposed to, even the commentators, I give them a lot of problems for that. I always tell them that this is their problem. They sit there and they talk about people's voice nice and and the person's song has no beginning, no middle, no ending. But the person is singing their head off and the person can hold the key and bring the key up and bring the key back down and slap you with it and punch you with it. And they call that calypso. They forget the reality that song shouldn't even make it, but it's the singing. So that's why I say, if I would have to go back into calypso, I'm going to be me. Nobody's going to get me to sing any other way because I'm telling you, if you hear me sing at church, you'll be looking at like, what? Just two different people. You understand? When I sing gospel and I sing calypso, because calypso, that's why when I spoke to singing Sandra, and she told me, she was training me, and she said that to me. She said, "Man," she said, "you're a little dynamite," and from that I get all the confidence to go and sing Black Woman. I get it to go and sing Black Woman because when I came down, I was pressured, I was bullied. People, even on the radio, they bully me. Oh, Tyrina, you can't sing like Tyrina. And I was like, Jesus Christ, I am not trying to sing like nobody. I love calypso, and that's what I'm going to do, present my calypso.
Right.
I'm going to present me. That's my calypso. And, all the pressure, that's why I just sit there, I'm telling you. I doesn't be nervous. I just sit there and I watch everybody going crazy because calypso is a thing that I love. I just come there. If you like it, you like it. You don't like it, I cannot make you like it if you don't like it. You know what I mean? So I come and I perform. I'm not there trying for you to judge me on my voice. And man, if you can understand what I'm saying, and I have my kitty band not wondering where is she going because we right there. That's how I am. I'm just we tete a tete. That's when I finish. You figure you like it. You figure you don't like it. I can't force you. So that's why I never backstage sweating, nervous. I'm not like that. I just sit there. People look at me and think, like, people, ask me, do you drink? I say, I don't drink alcohol. People think I drink. I never drink alcohol. But the vibes, my alcohol is my calypso, my vibes, That's I don't sit there and worry about somebody going on the stage and whoop. I remember Tarina, they came backstage and tell me, oh my God, she made mistakes. La, 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 la. And I'm like, when is my turn? Yeah, that's it. I came there and I just do what I have to do. I love it. I just enjoy it. It's nothing like going up there and try to get fame or everybody. Because Sandy, it's not about that to me. I love Calypso. My friends in Calypso was DBS. That was you will see me hang with DBS. I will be DBS all night.
Done.
Yes, I will be DBS. That's what I was. This is there. This wasn't about, this person and that person and prong and no prong. That's why it never bothered me.
That's why you never missed a line, because you were focused.
Yeah, because it's not. I'm telling you, it's not about, even when I'm speaking to Joy and I'm speaking to Abil. I keep telling them that it's like you do work, you do your work from 9 to 5, and you go back to your home. If your home is a nice home, you can't wait to go back home because you just want to go home. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it as Calypso. When I go on the stage, I just come there. People pay their money. I gonna do the best I can do. I can't force you to like me. If you like me, thank you. You don't like me, I cannot force you. But I'm just going there and I'm just performing my song. I feel I love my material. I believe in my material, and I go there. I don't go sweating and nervous and jumping and I don't do that. And I try to tell them, just focus on you going there and do the best that you can do. If you try to overdo anything, you have problems. That's just how I look at Calypso. It's just a natural.
So do you ever get the urge to go back?
Every year. I told Brian, I said, Brian, if I was in Dominica living, I'll be in trouble. Because I'll be like, all the other Calypsonians are eating my vomit. I'll be like, that's my last year. But as soon as I see, like, August coming, I'll be looking for where the music there, where the music. No, serious. I love Calypso. I wouldn't mind go back. I mean, I have songs. I have songs recorded and everything. I have songs.
Well, come back.
I wouldn't say I would not come back, because I lie if I say that. But if I get the chance to, I'll come back.
When you come back, you have to sing on him, eh?
On who?
That's what Carissa say. You have to sing on him. That's what the Kaiser is all about now, eh? If you anything else.
Well, I don't know though. I don't know. I think I had enough.
Right.
I had enough. I think there's so much topics that you can challenge than just on the same one. It's not improving anything. It's not changing anything. I think the only person to me that can do that, and I have no problem if you're doing it, because sometimes you need an advocate, is Dice. I think everybody else should just focus on something else. There's so many, because I mean, you look at Joy's topic, the wrong that we're working on. That's a beautiful topic, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's a topic that we all can relate to. Even the writer that writes it, I guess he couldn't sing it, so he writes it for somebody else to sing. But anyway.
Okay. But
these are more topics.
But so I'm very happy to hear that you're mentoring. You mentor our female Calypsonians, just Joy and Abia. Because right now we have quite a few prolific female Calypsonians. What's the other one's name?
We have
What's her name? What's her name?
Tasha.
Anis?
We have
We have Tasha
Shanice,
P, of course.
Tasha,
Shanice,
Natchel,
Shanice, yeah, and
Natchel,
the Silver Lake girl, Lady S, and
Lady S,
yeah. So we have quite a few
yeah.
female Calypsonians, and as somebody who's been part of I'll say the foundation of the female Calypso fraternity in Dominica. It's good that you mentor them, and because I know you have a lot to impart upon them.
As I said, I'm open to helping anybody. Somebody feel like, as I said, it's about people that humble, and it's people that it's like, okay, if I want to start into what you're doing right now, and I don't know, I cannot, instead of knocking you down and thinking that you all that, the right thing is to do is ask your question. How did you start? How did you start? How you can help me? How you
Right.
can, what you can show me? But we tend to have people that think that they know it all and they don't need nobody, So as I always tell people, if I am there, if you need me, I'm going to help. I'm not going to extend nothing to nobody, because as I say, a prophet never gets
Honored in his own
land.
land. Yeah.
Right. So I am this kind of person. I'm just a phone call away. If you need me and you need to ask me a question, I mean, I have male Calypsonians that send their songs to me and be like, Sandy, what you think about that? Sandy, what you do? And I tell them, and they'll be like, yeah. Even the commentators, if they're listening, they can tell. There are things that I tell them and they repeat, because I studied Calypso. You understand? I studied the art form of Calypso, the art form of performing. I did a 2 week course in John Jay's for Georgian, pageantry, Calypso, anything to do with art. I did it. And even when this is why the people that I right now working with, the two that I working with, which is Joy and Abiel, I don't want praises. I don't want nobody to say Sandy say, or I want Sandy. They don't have to do that. I am just saying, if you need my help, I'm going to be there, because as I say, when I was starting, there was only one person that helped me, and name was singing Lady Christine from Marriott. And she went in temporary with me, but after she left Calypso. So I was on my own there with Alex, fighting, because again, the women was like, I just came in and look at where I am. The only person really was, I guess, after she warmed up to me, was Yakini. But after it was just hard, man. It was just hard. You see those men, they pound one another. You see a lot of things backstage where people say people choking them. You see a lot of argument, but then man come back together. You know what I mean? But the women, it was always divided. It was always fighting against each other instead of fighting against they were fighting with. So it was easy to get women, even women, to support me in Calypso, not because I'm a woman, but because here I am. If I have good material, support me. They would be looking at me like, nah, they wouldn't support me because I'm a woman. They would knock me down instead of trying to bring me up, So it's hard. Even now, in the present time with the female Calypsonian, they are the same. I'm telling you, there's a lot of friction, because one person wants to just hold on to something, another one thing, this year I was good and I was better than you. So next year I carry that attitude. And I said, if you don't focus as a Calypsonian by your own self, you don't want to be selfish. But if you don't, they will break you down, because that almost happened to me. So I always tell whoever I work with, it's nice. If everybody's nice, that's cool. But you cannot say worrying about that person's attitude, because it looks like dog eat dog. When you should be fighting against the men, the women are against the women. So I don't know. I just try to tell them, get your material, do what you have to do, and just want to talk.
But what do you think? Sometimes when we have a diamond, in front of us, we don't appreciate it, and it's only after time goes by, and then later on people get to appreciate, because I think a lot of people in Dominica do appreciate you. Right?
I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say no. Because I come to Dominica and people say Queenstown. I mean, they appreciate me because why? A lot of the DJs, they open with my song. That's like that's their theme song. And a lot of people, as I say, can relate to that song. I mean, I was looking at this man from Cosmo was doing, the principal was doing a presentation with his students. It was Calypso, and he was calling my name like, you want to be like a singing fan. So I'm still relevant. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm
Very.
still relevant, but it's not like you have female calypsonians that even when I go to Dominica, they just look. Some of them look at me like I'm better than. Some of them look at me like that, and I'll be like, I don't see where that comes from, because I look at it like I didn't open the door. You'll be still competing with women.
Right.
You know what I mean? You'll be still competing with women. And a lot of you guys want women to compete with, because why? You think you're better than those women. So you want to beat those women. So that's why I never wanted to compete with, because I knew that women had a place in Calypso together with the men.
Right.
So that's why I wanted to compete with the men. Because we are women already. We're fighting against each other too much. I think right now we have to be fighting the men. And I was so happy to see all that women made final. Because in my time, jamming. You understand? I never see that in my time. So when I see all that women, I was like, some women, they have to stick together and come. I always say, on the night, everybody's going to fight for themselves. But as soon as we finish, I'm going to be down there supporting you. I'm going to be, and then I go, you come and you support me. We have to show that sisterhood. And if we cannot show that sisterhood, it's really crazy to be pretending that women in Calypso are, everybody's for themselves. You have humble people. I'm telling you, people like Abiel, humble. Joy, humble. These people are humble people. Lady S, even my dearest heart, which is Lady Star. That's my love of that's my. These are humble people. You have people that just think that their voice carry them and they cannot be bothered if anybody. I'm telling you the truth, and I think that is what. If the women don't pay attention to that, they will destroy that, because I'm talking to Trinidadian Calypsonians, and the same way they tell me the sisterhood, because even still they have to fight. They have to fight. Even though women get crowns in Trinidad, they still have to fight, because to them it's like it's a man thing, but it's not a man thing. It's you go there and you do what you have to do. And I look at it like that. I look at it like that. But I don't know.
Well, so very interesting so far. Usually, this time of the program, we take a short break. It's 7 minutes past 9 o'clock. So we are going to take a short break and be right back.
Who goes there? Sunday. Ooh, mama. Okay, boy. You sacrificing and you working so hard. Somebody somewhere wishing you bad. Sometimes you smile, but inside you sad. There's somebody somewhere wishing you bad. Is it human nature? Where we get that culture? We just don't want to see each other prosper. So sometimes innocent you make it enemy. Someone you never know nowhere. Fighting hard to keep you down under. In like everything you do, some people for you and some against you. Yeah. And those who are against you, there is nothing they wouldn't do. They will paint you darker than Satan, accuse you of everything they can. You know how the public just love a God out your intelligence and try to break down your confidence. You know it's easier to mash up than build up. Some will pretend to support you, but that's only in front you. So stay true, hold on to your struggle. Cause when the thing is break, they're breaking you down. They're just making you stronger. That's life. For real. Ooh, mama. Okay, boy. Sometimes you're right, passing for you're wrong. Somebody always wishing you bad. People you have been fighting you down. Somebody always wishing you bad. But if you want to win, if your goal is success, then you have to have the heart of a lion. I am a lioness with a passion. And when it comes to Calypso, they can do what they want. They can bring me down. In life, everything you do, some people for you and some against you. Yeah. And those who are against you, there is nothing they wouldn't do. They will never give Jackie jacket or Jacqueline if she deserve it. And if you're not strong, mankind will break you down. Oh, not me, I ain't running. I'm gonna keep on coming regardless to their biasness. Cause when they think it break, they're breaking me down. They're just making me stronger. That's life. Ooh, mama.
Okay, boy. Well, people are.
That's a triumph. That's a triumph. Get that thing from because he loves that.
Yes, Triumph always says that. Yeah. You know, quite a few people say, man, they love that song. That song can never die for me. Yes, that's a big tune, and that's a massive song. And by the way, Alex Powell Bruno is on. He says Sandy has the heart of a champion. I know he was your manager. Yeah.
Yeah.
So big up to Alex Powell Bruno. Yes, Sandy. So yes, we're gonna go into the second part of our vibes. We call it vibes. It's not an interview, it's a vibes. All right?
I like it.
Yeah, man. Big up. So yeah, we're gonna go into a second part. So I want to ask you, first off, I want your honest opinion on the state of Calypso in Dominica, and I specifically the quality of the songs today, and the the waning popularity of Calypso in Dominica. The waning, it's the decreasing popularity. Because the reason I say that is because of the past couple of years, we've seen a much lower attendance at the finals and the shows.
First, I think the writers. I mean, we have people like JD writing for himself. We have know that Hunter is writing. We have Shelly writing. I mean, there's the women, are putting out some good calypsos. Politics, I think it's too much of it, too much of it. I think there's more, and I don't know if you don't sing a political song, if you will make it, or if you sing one, if you'll be punished. It's like I don't even know, because you have political songs that that make it and political songs that don't make it. So I say I don't even know. But I think, to me, for the future of calypso, if we really want calypso to grow like how it was before, I think we have to change a lot of stuff, including the even when they have the shows. I think when we as diasporas looking at the show, I think from all that they have to do a whole. I don't think the Calypso Association, the people on the Calypso Association, I don't think they should be competing. I mean, if they want to knock me for that, it's too bad. But I think it takes out a lot of attention in the whole presentation of the Calypso itself. Um, the writers, I don't know if people just taking any song. Is Calypso them take any song? I don't know. But it to me, Calypso has gone down. The it has gone down a lot. And even the turnout, it you know it, it is, I don't know, it's sad. To me, I think that if they don't do something quickly, I don't care what it is, because even this year the Calypso was everything was so hype, everybody was, oh, this song, oh. And the show was, I don't care what people say, the show was trash to me. The show was, I mean, the performance, people lose their voice, the whole, it was just like, I was surprised, the hype up of everything. And they did get a massive crowd this year. They did get a massive crowd. From the past 3 years, I think this year was a massive crowd compared to the past years. So, but wow, I think they have a lot of work to do. They have a lot of work to do. And I don't think the association, the people on the association, I think they should have a body beside them, because the whole it's suffering.
Well, we had Super
It's
L on there, and he said the same thing. A lot of these guys shouldn't be competing and controlling thing, because it's conflict of interest, man.
Yeah, it's two masters. You cannot kill two masters. Somebody's gonna be suffering. Something's gonna be suffering. And even
Yeah.
on the, I mean, even on the night of the show, you have people that make it. That on the executive and have to be running all. It can't work. It can't work. And if somebody has, you have to have the people to focus on certain areas of the calypso. And if not, I mean, even when, I don't know if you look at it or you was in Dominica, even when you're looking at it here, the production is poor, because there's no way I want to be sitting on a whole hour going looking at a screen. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Something should be going on, because I paid my money not to look at a screen. So I think something should be, but nobody wants to take advice. Nobody wants to listen, because to me, Calypso, it is about Vitma. The season is there, everybody go crazy, and and when it's done, nothing. So it's like the season is there, and everybody excited, everybody's money making, and let's make it. But what are we doing? What are we doing to improve the next year? And you don't see no improvement. You just see the same thing come back. We just a repeat of itself. So this is why I say that if they're not careful, Buyo is our music also. Buyo will just take it and just ride and go with it. We're gonna still have the people that love Calypso, but at the same time, it's declining. It's declining. Even people in my age group, my that they go to Dominica for Carnival, they don't even go to Calypso show. You know what I mean? So they need to. I think people tired. As I say, I have not a problem with dicing and this political song, because you have to you have to have an advocate. You can have everybody the same thing. You know what I mean? So that's his style. But I think we should have there's more topics. And I believe that back then when I was growing up, there was a fast and a slow song. And I believe that should come back. That should come back. I think we should have a road match song and a song where because my goodness, you can blame and say, oh, that's gonna make road match, and it did make road match, that song, because what else? Back time before, we people fighting for road match, so much different songs, you know what I mean? So that too have to change. I think they have to change it.
Well,
That's just my opinion.
I concur with you, but I think there has to be a real deep look into calypso in Dominica, and I think the Calypso Association has to, examine itself, because definitely calypso is on the decline in Dominica, and that's a fact. The treasury reports tell you that every year. The crowd is dwindling and dwindling. The receipts are less and less.
Yeah,
And
but see
I
what they have
think,
to do, though.
yeah, there's a number of factors with that, I believe.
See what they have to do with the junior monarch. Before it was just calypso. Now they have to implement a junior monarch calypso with a bouillon, because they're not gonna get, you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So they have to do something.
Yep.
They have to do something.
Yep. And I think like you said, and that's something I always say myself. There are so, I mean, as a songwriter, as a singer, as a writer, there are so many things to think about, you know.
Mhm.
And when you get the steady diet of the same thing every year, I don't care what people say. It's gonna dilute the quality of the calypso. It becomes
But
monotonous.
you can't go nowhere that you can't see that nowhere else. You can't. Okay, for instance, at my school, right? I work at school. I can sing Black Woman at school. I work for all white school. We had International Day, and I sang Tasha P song. All the kids was going crazy on trend. You see what I'm saying? They went crazy on trend. So even when we have training and then we have downtime and you do what I sang, that's life. People relate to that. I cannot come and sing a political song. They're gonna look at me like, whatever. Who is she talking about? Because I thought our president was Trump. Who is she? They can't relate.
Right.
So I think what happened is the songs, because St. Rouge, I listen to calypso shows of the Caribbean, and Dominica has some good calypso. Even those that not making it, that's supposed to make it, it's been thrown in the wash and it doesn't go in the dryer. It just stay there washing. So we have a good calypso in Dominica. It's just that people choose too much to depend and sing on one. As I told you, I don't know if that is the norm. That if you sing political songs, some judge there might just be like, "Whoa, that's what I wanted to hear," and another judge like, "Man, I'm tired of that." So I don't even know, but
Well, well,
it's too
well,
much of that.
well. As far as certain political commentators and people who have had influence in calypso have stated that if your song is not political, it is not relevant, and that's to me just laughable. That's laughable, because there are a lot of things in this world that's relevant. Every day there's something else happening in this world, something relevant. You know, but that's my opinion, and also, you know, I don't know the reason, but I think the association has to embark on a really vigorous campaign, to promote calypso, to preserve calypso, to make it marketable. I don't have all the suggestions, right? But I think that is their job and their duty to do that, because if they don't, calypso is gonna die pretty soon.
As I say, I don't know if I'll get my flower before I die, okay? But I'll tell you, Calypsonians are their worst enemy. And I tell you what I believe in. Calypsonians are their worst enemy, because every year you have a controversy about the judges, you have a controversy about this. Nothing's been fixed. It's just sweep. Let's talk about it. It sounds good. Oh yeah, 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 and then it's done. It's done. It's done. I remember in the time when I used to sing calypso, people used to put so much effort in presentation, even though it don't carry much points. But we know that you pay your money, you come in to see. It is a whole theatrics. It's I mean, we go all out. We go all out presenting. Not a washy with what you call for a t-shirt on them or a little flag in their hand. It was, I mean, I remember when we were doing Black Month and Alex was, this was just so funny. I mean, Alex was like, we're gonna go to the gardens, we're gonna cut this, we're gonna cut that. My husband just spraying things, and we went and we made shoes, leather shoes for all the guys that was wearing the Egyptian shoes. We had the seamstress sew everybody clothes. We had all the princesses. It was a package. You understand? It was a pack. Everybody went there and they presented. No, it's like if it's not a red shirt or a blue shirt on them, I don't know. And they make more money than when we was there. Although they don't make money, but what I'm saying, it was like 16,000. Now they get 20,000. They get 90. Nobody do nothing. And I remember even when we get like 5,000 for just making the final, everybody that was on the stage with me was getting something. We had to, we give them something because it was nice that they came and worked with us, We don't get sponsors. Alex was a hustler. He knew how to do stuff and get stuff for me. He was a hustler. And I would say that was the best manager. And if I would go back, he would still be a manager because Alex is through Alex. With him, I made it. I'm telling you, because he put in the work. Alex put in the work. He put in the work. One thing I'm disappointed with, and I would say if he's listening, he could have done the right thing on 2007. He should have done the right thing, and he did. He should have done the right thing on the crowning of the night, but he did. That's my only thing.
What's the right thing? Because he's listening. He's on right now. What's the right thing?
You should have crowned me. He was supposed to crown me.
Oh.
He was supposed to crown me. If he's listening, he know that. But that
was he a judge? How could he have crowned you?
I'm telling you, he could have crowned me. He could crown me. He has it in his hand. He could have crowned me.
Alex Powell, your former Calypso, and we'll never forget that. Okay, 2007.
Yeah, he could have come, but I could have never done that without Alex. I could have. I mean, Alex, from the time I started, he picked me up and worked with me, and we worked good together. And it was a neutral thing where I could say, Alex, I don't like that. And we work and it's okay, Sandy, we're gonna fix that. We're gonna do that. He strategized, he watched things, without Alex, I wouldn't have made it where I made it without Alex. As I said, my only thing with him was that year he was supposed to do that, and he was captain.
Let me ask you this question. Tell me, what do you think about the MCing of Calypso Night, of the finals, the MCs? Because it's part of the show.
Again, that's what I'm saying. Again, the package, Lady Star is doing a very good job because she learned under the best, which is Alex. So she's doing a fantastic job. I think right now they're throwing, people are just not, there's no chemistry. So that's another thing again. It drives you crazy. When people don't have chemistry on stage, it's better you have the one person, then you have somebody fooling around and they have no idea how to come back. But I think if they have to bring back Alex and bring him back with, and again, it comes back to it. They want to make money, but they don't want to spend money. I don't care who get upset. I don't care. Nobody's feeding it. So if they would just really make that package where everything is like that, we're going to have a little hiccup. But the main thing what people come to see and expect, if they just do it, Calypso, it would be Calypso. But no, I have no problem with Val. I love Val. I have no problem with Val. But I like to see Lady Star and Alex, Val and Alex. You get that kind of chemistry that have the show. You laugh, it keeps you going. So I think I like
if I may state my opinion, I go to Calypso show in Dominica. 90% of the songs are political, singing about one particular person. And then I get an avalanche of politics from the MC himself. I just think that's just me. I just think it's too much. You know, I just think it's just too much politics. You know,
But Lady Star don't talk politics.
no, I'm not Lady Star. I'm not talking about Lady Star.
No, and I mean, for the first time she's doing calypso, I have not, call us spade as a spade. The only person that really would come there and do that.
Yeah, I was referring to Lady Star. Lady Star is doing a good job.
No,
Yeah,
she's doing a
but
good job.
too much politics, man. Politics is already divided. You hear it every day on the radio. You hear it every day on the street. You know, they're going to a show and hear it again. You know, you go in there
Yeah.
for entertainment, but you know,
Yeah.
but so all these things lead Calypso to where it's going, because there are a lot of people who are turned off by that.
Yeah, and regardless if you for the government or against the government, it's too much. I think there's so many other topics, because I would say, whoever is listening out there, if they can write a song like that for me, I'm trying to jot down something, but knowing me, anyway, I want a calypso like that. Woman that beating man too. So man getting abused also. Things of what a woman beating man too, and man is afraid because they will call them boo boo. So I want a calypso like that.
It does. He's a writer.
Not only-
So,
As the interviewer,
Alex writes. Alex is a big writer, so he can write that for you.
Sorry, you have one already for me. Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? You know what is so sad, that we have a 10-time king, man, like Kevin. You know, go somewhere and tour and do put on a show, because as you say, you're gonna go to Saint Lucia and sing about what, scared. You know, you have to mix it up, man.
I think that's what messed, because honestly, that is supposed to be, the poster man for Dominic, with such talent,
Yes.
such strong, and I think that's where it kept him back, because I mean, quite frankly, if you inviting him to sing in Trinidad or anywhere else, you expect him to sing the calypso that he won, or his past calypso, and he's gonna sing about scary. I mean, I think that's really what that keep him from growing the way he's supposed to grow, because I don't know how many people are gonna get in my lifetime are gonna get 10 crowns like that.
Right.
So I think he's supposed, when you come to Dominican billboards, he's supposed to be there on water, he's supposed to be in everything, because of that, such, I don't know. But again, it works for him. I guess he just if it's Dominica, he want to do it with, it does Dominic work for him.
Well, I give Dice his respect. Dice is a generational talent. He's awesome. He's awesome. He can sing. He could perform. He's just the total package.
Versatile.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can listen to Dice and watch Dice and don't get bored with Dice.
I think his writer is crippling him in such, and I gonna say it. I will say it. I think the writer have a lot to do.
Well, again, Sonny, remember, you have to remember that if you don't have a voice, you have to have a voice for yourself too.
Yeah.
Because as I said, it works for him, so that's why he's doing it. But again, it's just like me. When he gave, his writer was my writer also, and in the latter end of Calypso, and when he wrote that song for me, which is Who Gave Them the Rights, I felt to myself and Alex was like, what? Imagine when I sang this song, Alex said, I was like, I cannot. When I really listened and I sang that song, I was like, no, I cannot come to Dominica, not living in Dominica, and tell people about who kicking who and who have the rights and who do have the. I cannot do that. So this is why I told him that, and Alex said, we cannot sing that song. And it became a problem where I was left in the dust. I mean, my husband had to go, Brian had to go to him, and And they had this, because Edgar Hunter all that time was there, and they had this real tense talk. And it's like, what he give you, that is what you're supposed to sing. And I'm like, hell no, I ain't doing that. So I think if I had to continue singing, I would probably get one political song, one song that looked like it. Is that me? No. So I stood up and I said, I cannot do it. So I think Dice, as I said, Dice is an advocate for that kind of song and for his belief in what he believes and who he can reach out to. And we cannot
This is the
knock him.
advocate for Pat Aaron.
He's advocate for himself also. I cannot say so particularly because he's an individual person with his own mind to say, well, listen, I'm for that and what I believe and what I don't believe in. So I do believe most of the songs that he's strongly believe in it also. Because if you look at Dice is not, I don't know, I don't see Dice next year gonna sing anything different. I don't see it. I don't see it. And again, just how much of that can you sing? That's what I'm saying. Everybody has to come and sing it. How much of that it's come down to the same lyrics, no matter what. If you listen to JD song, it's political, it's a part of what that was the last year, 2 years ago, when it comes to the new year. So what else can you say? What else? There's no new lyric of politics. None.
That's a
I
great.
think it's exhausting.
That's a great observation. That's a great observation.
It's exhausting. There's nothing new.
We song like the same song.
It's because that's where you lose your originality, because you're right. You run out of things to sing about the same person.
Nothing is original.
Yeah.
So I am saying to each his own. I not see myself doing that. If it works for them, it works. But then they have to if they love Calypso that much, they have to listen and check to see where is it going. Because again, you have that generation. That generation don't want to hear that. That generation want to hear what to open and what to close and what to this and what to that. They don't want to hear that. And because our generation that loves Calypso, we are declining. So if we have to keep the youth involved in it, we have to get ways to have them involved in it.
Right.
Than just the same. Okay, let's carry it loose. Okay, the present government. What are we going to sing about those that sing that political songs? We don't know. There was political song when the Hurricane and those people used to sing, but it wasn't a year, every year, 6, 7, 8 Calypsonians singing the same song. As I said, nothing is original because you go to hear somebody lyrics of the same thing in that song lyrics and that song and so it's not original. So I think they should move away from that. And there's so much witty songs. There's all other things that people can sing, but that's what they want to sing.
Yeah.
As I say, Calypso is a thing for 3 months. After the 3 months, the Calypso Association say bye. Next time, they never go and sit down and say, okay, let's look after it, look to see what we need to fix. They come back to the same thing. If they say they do that, then there's no proof in that because every year we see the same thing, right? So I don't know.
Yeah. So you mentioned earlier that Singing Sandra, Sandra, give you a little bit of mentorship and advice and stuff. Where did you meet Singing Sandra?
Dominican.
Oh, she was here to perform?
Yeah, she was Dominican.
Yeah. She's a titan of Calypso, and that's what I sometimes wonder if our Calypsonians, they have so many examples of great Calypsos, in the Caribbean, around the region, like Singing Sandra, Crying from the Ghetto, that's a massive song. There's so many other songs, and I believe somebody who's striving to be good or great at the art, they study and emulate the greats, right? And when you listen to the greats, Calypsonians, the Sparrows and the Chuck Dust and the Obstinates and there's so much to learn from them, right? And even when they sing political songs, it is done in such a clever way, It is not. It does sound tribalistic. It does sound ad hominem. It does sound like you hate somebody. right? And there are ways, and that's why music exists, right? Because you conveying a message, just like you're speaking, but it's in a song, right? And a song is supposed to be well crafted, skillfully, put together to bring out a message the way you want to bring it out. But honestly, what I see in Dominica most of the time is just it's really crass mipui, if you know what I mean. And to me,
it's a platform to get.
yeah, and to me that doesn't require any art, any skill, to come and call somebody thief, take out the thief on them. That does. It's they need to be more
I
professional.
mean, you can have songs like that, but I would like it to be witty.
That's what
I'm
I'm
not saying
saying.
that is insulting or degrading people. It can be witty,
Yeah.
it can be witty. You can have witty, but as I said, I mean, I don't know. It's like if people, I think people just well, with the writers, you have to look at the writers also, and you have to look at who is receiving the song because after carnival, nobody cares. They're like, oh, as soon as carnival, especially calypso start to come, they take anything they get. They take anything they. I mean, okay, look this song, PP. That song is just a well written, creative song. The PP song,
Trendsetter.
trendsetter. If you don't know, you don't know. It have you wondering. It have you saying, oh, maybe it's that, maybe it's this. But when you listen to the song, you cannot pinpoint anything. You can just enjoy because why? You can relate to, oh boy, when I go Rose, oh boy, just went before real. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it has some wittiness in it. It has the creativity about that calypso is to me is one of the best this year. But a lot of people think that if you come and you every year you come and you sing Abdullah whatever that is calypso. If you don't come with something like that, and I think it's just tiring. It is very tiring. It is. I have a song called After the Fact. It's recorded and everything, and it again the way it address things you can relate.
I think we have that song too.
After the Fact.
Yeah.
You joking?
No. Let's play. Let's play it, and then you talk about it.
You serious?
Yes,
we got you covered. We got you covered, Sandy. We got you covered.
What?
We got you covered.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is that it?
I believe that.
Water.
That means we've been a great customer.
After lives have been altered, hopes and dreams have been shattered, only then reality sets in. Nobody saw this coming. No one took heed or gave warning. Now it's late. Someone had met
What?
Wow,
Where you get,
that's a beautiful. Where I get it?
where you get that?
I told I'm a good customer. Okay, I'm good. Trust me, I'm a good customer. But that is, man, this is the kind of music. This is kind of song I'm talking about, right? Powerful lyrics, beautiful melody, you know, with a relevant storyline. You know, and when you listen to this song's like Trinidad Calypso,
Who
you know,
wrote that,
quote
Sandy?
unquote Trinidad Calypso.
Huh?
Who wrote it?
Eddie Angle.
Any angle?
Hmm.
Oh, that's my brethren, my boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we worked together
And
for
imagine
a while.
they said to me, that's not Dominic. That Calypso can't make it in Dominic. That's not for Dominica. That's what they told me.
Well, exactly. Today, today, right? It is fair to say that's not the Dominican calypso, because that's not the calypso that people seem to have an appetite for, and not just the
Yep.
people, not just the people, but the judges too.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
judges too.
My guys like Shadow Flow didn't make it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Because as I'm saying, it's like you come with the songs that people can relate to. You come with, it has to be some political garbage for them to accept it.
You have to
You
sing on
come
him.
with, no, I can't sing on it. It's not affecting me.
Like we had Shadow Flow last Monday. I tell Shadow Flow, boy, you look at you have to sing on him. Shadow say, he said, nah, man, I have to sing around him because he has to try something different because
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
It's crazy. And Shadow Flow, I mean, I love Shadow Flow.
That man
Shadow
is
Flow, I
yes.
love his style, I love his lyrics.
yes,
I love it. But
yes,
Georges, they just cannot comprehend, even if it's so common. They just cannot, it can't wrap around their mind unless you come and you sing something on him. Then they'd be
yeah,
like, and it's something they hear over and over. It's not nothing new. That's what I'm saying. It might be a different year, a different time, but it's the same lyrics that cut and paste from somebody else. Or it's the same thing. But I guess that until they don't do, Calypso is gonna suffer. Until they don't do something about it, Calypso
Yeah,
is gonna
because we
suffer.
had Levi here, and Levi said some of the judges don't have a cassette at their home, and how you expect them to become judge? Callisto.
Exactly. But a judge was asking another judge, what is rendition? And I'm telling you something, I'm telling you honestly. He's like, what is rendition? What do you mean, what is rendition? And you sit down, George.
but what is somebody? Was it Levi who said that? Somebody asked a judge what is lyrics, and he said the speed of the song.
Scrunter say,
And honestly, I think they should lyrics and melody should not have the same thing, because you have too many lyrics that already cut and paste. You know, it's not original, and you have some sweet melodies that can carry it, but they have the both of them together. I don't know why. I Because you have some people that they can sing well, they hold a key. Okay, it's like Bob, Bob and Webb and these people there. People always ask why they make it. It's because they always fall in the criteria that they're judging. You know what I mean? They fall in that criteria. Rendition, they fall in that articulation, diction. They fall in that criteria. So their song might be 100%, but they fall in that criteria, so they're gonna get the points for that.
Yeah. All right. So we got 10 minutes left, and we
Okay.
cannot leave before we talk about the big music from Dominica now, bouillon. Bouillon is the thing, right? From Dominica, which is actually making waves across the world, not the Caribbean anymore, the world. So, tell me what you think about the bouillon music.
Well, I mean, it's authentic. I'm happy that we have something we can identify ourselves as always, as always. My son is singing Buyo, funny as it is, but he's singing Buyo. He loves Buyo. And he has a single out that last year he put out because he loved Buyo. Signal Band is my band. I love Signal Band. Why? Because the lyrics, I'm old school. So their lyrics, love it, love their style, the originality. I love it. Buyo was, I mean, in the time of CK, to me, that's the original Buyo people, And I just think now it upgrade to where the world is getting to know it now. The world is in it now because my son, he sometimes hosts parties in San Diego and in Oakland. And crazy as it is, he said, Mommy, when I put Buyo, it's so funny. He said the first song that he put was Asa Banton, Do Something Crazy. He's like, Mommy, I was like, they wouldn't understand that. He said he was seeing people throwing drinks, people was doing so much craziness, and he was like, and they were like, where that music? First time they heard that kind of music, they were asking me if it was African, and he was trying to explain to them. And every time he said, plays New York, they like, the one of, what's his name? The one if rich, but what's his name singing? Suki?
Suki, yeah.
Yes,
Suki.
that was one of the first ones that said that when he played it over there, it was just crazy. And I can tell you, even when we have parties there, people go crazy. Like, wow, that music! What kind of music? It's Dominican music. I was so happy when we were honored last year in Atlanta because you should see how Dominican we turned out. Plus, the Caribbean people were that it surprised me. Everybody from all was related to that song. They were in that. It's like it's taking over soca. And I'm happy that we have something that can identify us. That we don't have to say, oh, is that Dominica? No, it's Dominica song, not Dominica Republic. Dominica song. They know it's from Dominica. So I think I love it. I love it. I think they can. I haven't heard much about like last year for the lyrical content of it. I think they could make it a little more, basement jam for basement jam. But yeah, I give them 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, awesome. It's a new world. It's a new age. New generation, and you got to give people what they like, right? If you want to be commercially successful, and of course, Buyo music is very catchy, and it doesn't require to produce Buyo music. It doesn't require the logistics and the resources that back in the day,
Yeah.
So it's a kind of I won't say easy, but much easier avenue of making music, and of course of like streaming music. You can stream nowadays, YouTube and Facebook and iTunes, to get your music out there, to distribute your music.
When I say universal, it's definitely universal because just the beats alone have you going crazy. I mean, bye to the old me. We were jamming at some and I was like, I was in the lunchroom and I'm like, I have a kid and I'm like, let me, just because I don't want kids to, because sometimes they think it's Spanish I speak because they say I speak so fast. So I'm like, before they go and say they hear something, they not, so I was like putting it to, but we sat down and I was playing it, and it's like it catch people like bye to the old me, and I'm like, you're the Yankee singing that, so it is.
Yeah.
I love just a song that I said I have to talk to Shelly. And I think it would be wonderful if you do that. It's an old song, but the beat is brilliant with the bass and the drums, and it's from Greece. I think he can sing that, twist that, and would be a good song. Because Shell is very, very creative and very
Very,
talented.
very. And you're right about
Really.
about Shelley. Even with his booyah music, it's still lyrically strong. You know what I'm saying? A lot of
It
booyah, a lot of booyah music is catchy and it's just you're chanting, you know. But he
True,
writes
true, true,
very good
true.
lyrics, you know.
Very.
Yeah,
A story. 'Cause
Yeah.
if you listen to that song, I was telling my husband, I said, man, that's my favorite song. Yes, baby. Yes, baby. I love that song. He's like, yeah, but
Yeah.
don't look for me to be the yes, baby. I'm like, "Yeah, I love that song.
That's the way Brian, yeah.
Yeah, I love that song. I mean, because it's lyrical, it has lyrics, it's
So
just a
nice.
story.
Nice.
It's a nice song.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice
But
song. So
I
Shelly
love
has,
I'll Be There For You because it's a
yes,
it's a patriotic song. It's Dominic, I'll Be There For
yes,
You, and it's beautiful. And I also
yes,
love
I tell you, that's
I,
what I like about it.
yeah, I
He's
also love
right.
was it the one Kojak?
I only want to say something in the sky. That one. I like that one. Something about in the sky, the people that passed away.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I love
What's the
that.
song number? Stronger. Stronger.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, stronger.
yeah,
When this thing make you come back stronger.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
The devil setting traps. This one.
Yeah, the devil setting trap.
Yeah.
Don't you fall for it? I love that
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Sandy,
Sing
when you
that.
gonna make a booyah track now?
I tell I waiting on Shelly.
Huh?
I want you to do that once. Seriously, I waiting on you.
Yeah.
It would be one. It would be a.
So I know I saw you perform as a guest a few years ago. It wasn't long ago, in Dominica for Carnival.
23.
Yeah.
2023.
Yes. I saw you. I was there. I saw you perform, and I mean, you song Black and Comely, and the crowd went wild. You know. So are we
Yeah.
going to see you anytime soon again performing for Carnival?
Lady Star was the one that make it happen.
Oh,
You
okay.
know, she was the one that. That's what I'm saying. It's the whole situation of you never get. You know, a prophet never gets. You know, this is something I was saying. And she felt because they were singing, the women were singing my song. That's like they did. All the women were together singing Black Woman, and she knew that I was coming, and she said that, what if we do it again? But where they would start the song, and I would come out, in which nobody knew that I was,
Right.
So it was really good. And then on finals, she said that she wanted me to do finals. So it wasn't presented where, oh yeah, let her do finals. She just bullied her way to make me do it. She and Val, because I was told I could only sing one song, and they were like, no, there's two songs that Dominic was like, and I have to sing it. So she make it happen. She and Lady yes, the both of them make it happen.
Okay.
So that's how I just end up going and just, but it wasn't, yeah. I
That
would
was
love
pretty nice. Pretty nice. Very
Yeah.
nice. Well, I keep my fingers crossed that we'll see you perform again in Dominica. You know, it would be. I think it would be very, very good. So I don't rule it out, and I hope we can see you come back and perform. Like I said in the beginning, you're a trailblazer, and you deserve all the praise. Out there,
Thank you.
because you open doors for our female calypsonians to be prominent in Dominica and to even become monarch in Dominica. You came very close. You're the first runner up.
Mhm.
But we had Tasha P and we have Joy.
Joy.
Yeah. So big up to you for that. So it is 10 o'clock and we've come to the end of the program tonight. Vibes in, and we've been speaking with Singing Sandy. Singing Sandy, I must tell you, I very much appreciate you for taking time off your busy schedule to come and grace us with your presence and give us a little insight into your journey, into your life. And we look forward to seeing you again sometime. All right?
No problem.
So
Anytime.
right now I'll turn over to DJ Kojak Sani so he could
Yes.
say his last
Well, thank
words.
you. Appreciate
First time I enjoy a vibe like that.
Oh, yeah?
Usually I don't do it and I enjoy it. First time.
Well, that's good.
But that's how we did it on BTGM, man. That's
That's
how you
good.
call it vibes in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we just vibes. Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yes.
I wouldn't mind for my. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So we really appreciate you, sis, and man, and keep the fire burning,
Thank you.
fire burning, man. And we see you sometime
Well,
soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll
Thank
allow you to
so much.
say your final words, okay?
Yeah. Well, I would like to say thanks to my fans and thanks to the people who always supported me and still believe in me and still have my music going. And also thanks to my husband because that was my number one supporter also, and my kids and my family Dominican and my supporters both here and in Dominican and all over. And thank you guys so much for inviting me. Usually I always, even when Alex tell me, Sandy is someone I'm like, no. And so I'm happy that I came on and I did enjoy myself. That's some real nice vibes. I wouldn't mind being on that vibe again.
Awesome.
So thank you guys so much. It was relaxing, it was comfortable, it was easy going. And just thank you for giving me the opportunity and the platform to you on my
Of course. Anytime. So we wish you all the
Hi,
best.
Alex.
Yeah, all the best to you and your family. God's blessings. And like I said, we look forward to seeing you again whenever you want, to
Thank
vibe with us. And let me say thank you to all the listeners, of VTGM Radio, on Facebook, on YouTube. Thank you very much for your support. Have a wonderful evening and God bless.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye.